Hi guys, okay, so I'm going to teach you guys how to make a vine out of newspaper and this is also available at the school. I have tons of them. I have one for each family that comes, one whole thing. So if you have 2 kids in one family, you don't need more than one of these. Please don't take more than one, just one for each family. I have like 60, so I'm hoping, anyway. But I'm going to show you guys. You're going to start with newspaper. Okay, this is just like one big piece. Anyway, it doesn't really matter what size you have, but I'm going to start by just ripping down the center. And it's really easy to rip down the center because it's already folded. Okay, so rip down the center. And then I'm just going to rip down the center of this. It doesn't matter if it's exact, but just try to make it in the middle as much as you can. Now remember, you hold one hand like this, and the other hand just pulls downward. If your arms aren't long enough, then just stop and then pull it. You can hold it down here if you want to, and then keep pulling it. Okay? So there are 2 pieces. Find the center as much as you can. I'm just eyeballing it. I'm seeing where it looks like the center. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. Okay. The next thing you're going to do is this. Okay, so I'm just going to glue them together on the ends, and they don't have to be perfect again. All of this is just not perfect work. I just glue the end of this one, stick this on it. Try to get it, try to get it stuck pretty good, and try to make it so that it's going the same direction, so it's all one strip. Okay, go to the next one, glue this next strip on. Next one, glue this, and the last strip on. You guys can make them as long or as short as you want to. You don't have to make it this long. You can add more later. You know, as long as you keep this end available. So I'm going to show you what's next. Now, just to make it easy, what I'm going to do, especially on the parts, now I want to make sure that these are, you might want to let them dry longer than I am. You should dry it longer than I am because I'm just showing you really quick, but just let this dry a little bit so that it doesn't fall apart and stick all to each other when you do this part. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully just kind of squish this together. And I'm going to do that on all of the parts that are taped or that are glued first. I'm just going to squish them together. Oops. Make sure your cap goes back on. Look at me. I didn't even do that. Cap goes back on tight. Don't want to waste this. Okay. Squish this together. And then I'm actually going to squish the whole thing before I start so that it's easier to do. You don't have to, but you'll have less ripping. So I'm just going to do a little squish all the way down. Got it? Okay, then you come back to the top. Alright, you're just going to twist it, but you have to twist it pretty tight. This is kind of bright. You have to twist it pretty tight so that it stays twisted. So you twist it pretty good and then move on. So this is going to take you a little while. You guys can do this while you're hanging out outside, if you're watching a show, whatever you want. You can just listen to music or just do it however you want. Okay, so you're going to twist it like this, so you've got kind of like a vine. Now, I already made one of these, so I'm going to use the one that I already made because this is going to take too long. And I can show you, they already have green on it so that it looks like an actual vine. That's what this crepe paper is for. So I already started it. Now, I haven't twisted this end part, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to keep twisting it just a little bit. Just enough so that it stays in that shape, and it doesn't have to be super, super, super tight, but the tighter it is, the more likely it'll stay the way you want it to stay. Sorry, mine's getting twisted the opposite way on the other end. But you have to be careful because look, it does rip easy if you're just doing it real fast. Yeah, that's why I squished it first, because it's not going to rip as much if you squish the whole thing first. Okay? But if you have enough to work with, so I'm just going to cover the green on this part. Now, it doesn't matter how much green you use in one time. I'm not even going to use scissors. Look, I'm just going to cut off a strip like this, just to show you. Just going to rip it off. It really won't show very much. Okay, all I'm going to do is take my glue, open up my glue again. I'm going to glue all the way down the middle of this. Be very careful because this can rip too, so just do this softly. Okay, I might get only to there because I don't want it to dry before I use it. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to do this on an angle. Okay, so if this is standing straight, this is going to be on an angle like this. It's going to go down. See how it's on an angle? And you're just going to wrap that around it. You want it on an angle so that you can keep wrapping down. Otherwise it'll just wrap around the same spot over and over and over, and that doesn't really help us out. So I'm just wrapping this down as far as it will go with the glue. And it really doesn't need a lot of glue. I am going to run out of glue right here. This is where I didn't glue it. So I just put this back down, glue it again. Got to get this open more. Glue it again until the end. Wrap the rest. And then after you've done that, okay, so I'm going to glue it as far, and it's going to the part where I haven't twisted yet. So I'll just quickly twist that. Okay, twist it all the way down. Now, you can go back up and you can actually just kind of squeeze it so that you make sure that the glue is holding. So the glue is really on there. If you have anything like this is from, I think this might be from the last time, just glue it. The thing that's so fun about this is that it's just, you can't really see all the seams, and it doesn't really matter. It's kind of wrinkly anyway, so it doesn't, if it doesn't look perfect, then it's right. Okay, but look, then you have this big long vine. Look at that. So you guys can hang in your windows, find a window to hang this in, and this is just part of the project, and we'll do flowers too, and make a beautiful spring display so that you guys can have all of the people pass by your house feel so much happier. So there you go. That's a vine.